What's up guys, Card Protagonist here, and right now I'm in Manila Spring Fest with my friend Cornelius and his Dragon Omnia deck, which is the Drei deck, which allows you to abuse Azidaka and go into his final form, Gaen, which allows you to tank out all of your opponent's stuff. So this deck is really cool because it features 4 Buddy Rare Red Buddy Rare, which is the brand new feature from the Buddyfight X-BT01. The Buddy Rares are now metallic color, so if you guys are a huge fan of cool art, definitely check out this set, right? So right here we have this deck, which is very, very good because it is able to control the field with Azidaka Daeva. And finally, when the time is right and you finally went into this guy, you will be able to out-tank any attack. And this guy also has a very unique ability which allows your opponent not to draw, so your opponent won't be able to draw. If you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh, it's pretty much like the Yatagarasu, which is very broken. So one additional turn of your opponent not drawing is very good. So let's start with the key card of the deck, which is the Transform card. So Gaen finally gets the ability of Azidaka and finally eats up the Black Sun. So basically he became a Transform card. His ability is this card can only enter the field if your flag is Dragon Drei. So Dragon Drei is the third series of the Dragon Ein series from Kyoya. So there's Ein, Zwei, and Drei. Drei is the ultimate form which Kyoya absorbs Azidaka. So whenever you have Dragon Drei, you can only use this card. So while you're transformed to this card cannot be destroyed nor returned to your opponent's hand. So there's no way this card is leaving the field for sure. While you're transformed to this card, your opponent cannot draw. When you are transformed to this card, your opponent cannot draw cards during his or her next turn. So cards like Divine Dragon Creation will not be able to draw because this ability activates on your opponent's turn. Of course, after the next turn they will be able to draw, but that is enough time to make sure your opponent is dead because not being able to draw the next turn just gives you so much disadvantage. And let's not forget that he has a 5 crit, 12k defense and 15k attack. And when this card attacks, it destroys all monsters on your opponent's field. Ultimate control is key in Buddyfight, so once you go into Ultimate Gaen, you are basically controlling the whole field. And he also has another ability. Do not worry if you are like pretty much dead and you went to your Dragon Drei, because he has a very unique ability which allows you to gain 5 life, which means you'll be able to take multiple attacks because usually one standard attack is like 2 crits. So this pretty much you gain ability to tank 2 attacks. Very, very good card. And let's not forget that this 12k defense, you have some defensive cards in this deck which helps you nullify attacks. Next up, Azidaka Daeva. A very, very powerful card. It's even if your monster is like 20 soul or like many souls, you'll be able to destroy that monster because each time this card attacks, you can pay 1 life, you do stand this card. So each time this card attacks a monster. So let's say if your opponent monster has like 10 souls, you'll be able to just destroy it. So this is a very, very good card against the Atora format. The Prisms, especially my friend Andrew plays Prism, and this card absolutely destroys him because at the cost of 1 life, you'll be able to destroy the Prism one more time. And his stats is just 10k, which is very, very good against Prism, perfect against Prism. And you may only the core cost of this card is basically put 2 monsters from your field into your drop zone and pay 3 gauge. So it's not really steep because this deck has a lot of resources such as Destructor and this guy, which allows you to gauge. So a very, very powerful card. When this card is destroyed, you can search your deck for 1 card in your deck and add it to your hand, then you take 2 damage. You can combo this card with certain cards like this. So basically when it's destroyed, you'll be able to search out your Dragon Drei flag or your Gaen stuff. So it's very good, very important because this is so consistent, which gives you allow you to go into Drei really soon. Next up, this is a very, very unique card because this card activates. It has abilities based on what flag you are. So if you're in Dragon's Drei, this is a double attack monster for no cost. Very, very good card. Just swing at opponents for 2 crit. It has a very solid 626. So this is one of the few times you see a monster with no cost with double attack. So it's simply amazing. And if you're Dragon Drei, you can always use him to move and center and protect yourself. So when this card is destroyed, and you can put the top card of the deck into your gauge. So free gauge for you as well. Next up, very interesting. Looks like Jack has become the betrayal. So Star Dragon of Bonds, Jackknife, pay 2 gauge and put the monster from your drop zone into this card. So when this card attacks, deal 1 damage to opponents. If you have an item equipped, this card gains us 2k plus defense plus 2k and item on your field gain plus 2k power. So if you're this mostly used for Gaen, right? So yeah, this card is really good with Gaen because this card will gain extra power, especially Gaen is an unbreakable weapon, so it's such a great card. So this deck is just suitable for those Dragon Masters who want to control all monsters of the world, because as you can see here, there are tons of dragons for you to control. So right here with the brand new the Prism Dragons, Green Crystal Dragon Sheldra, one of the best cards because it is an impact on legs. Whenever you have 7 life, when this card attacks, you'll be able to destroy one of your opponent's monsters. Very, very good at controlling the board. Even I recommend you guys to play, even if you know Drei, this is such a good card to play. Next up, size 2, Spawn of Demonic Dragon Harit. Harit is just such an important card in this deck because it allows you to search out for Azidahaka. And when this card is sent from your... So when this card is sent from your field to your drop zone, you may pay on gauge. If you do choose one monster on the field, again that's 2k, 2k. So just in case your opponent is like 12k defense, you'll be able to get your Azidahaka to high power so that you'll be able to take down the defense. Very important because sometimes your 12k monsters will be able to be taken down because if you are at 10k, you won't be able to take them down. Yeah. So very good because increased consistency. Make sure you get into Azidahaka Daeva. One of my favorite cards, Pizarro. Pizarro basically when Bloody History activate, tap this card and you can draw 1 card. Very good, very good filler for any deck. So basically very good because it is sacrificial food for Daeva as well. As well, you get to draw 1 free card. Next up, Death Wizard Dragon, my classic favorite. When this card enters the field, you can take 1 damage and charge 2 gauge. So basically very important because gauge is key. Another size 1 monster from the secret pack, Retainer of Demonic Dragon, Devil Orb Dragon. So this card allows you to be defensive because when you are in Dragon's Drei, for instance, next time take damage, it will be reduced by 3. So basically you nullify, and if you're Dragon Drei, you can gain 2 life. Next up, Gauge Adder. Basically, if your flag is Dragon's Drei, so you must take note that you can only use it in Dragon's Drei, you will be able to charge 2 gauge for free. It's such a good card. Of course, you must discard this from your hand. So since this deck doesn't play any spells, you must play this guy because he's basically a dragonic charge of the deck. Spawn of the Demonic Dragon Boost. One of my friend's Andrew favorite card. Negative Thoughts. When this card is placed on the field into your drop zone, put the top card of the deck into your gauge. Then if you have 3 or more different world names on your drop zone, so this deck is like all dragon worlds, full of dragons, master of dragons, you'll be able to charge and draw. Very, very good card because increased consistency of the deck and help you charge additional gauge. Furboka, basically your Gauge Adder. So if such 3 monsters on the field, you can discard this card hand, you still charge 2 gauge. So it is pretty much like him. This deck is important gauge because of Daeva. So 2 additional copies for the extra gauge. Alright, 4 copies of Destructor, one of the best Dragon's Drei cards. So if you are in Dragon's Drei, you call this guy, pay 2 life, draw 2 cards. Such plus because if we convert to value, 2 life is equal to 1 card, so you're pretty much plussing with this card. It is so important, allowing you to plus act as sacrificial food for the Azidahaka Daeva. Next up, this is a very, very interesting tag. One of my favorite cards as well because check out Gaen's defense is pretty much 12k. Your opponent is guaranteed to link attack you, and you can use him as a Mark Braver. Call him to side, your opponent missed the attack. So opponent link, oh that's too bad, I'll just use this and nullify your whole attack. And you pretty much just end your turn because of its amazing defense. So 3 copies of Fermint. Fermint is like the Atora tag. Very, very good in many decks as well. 2 copies of Flatfang SD. Flatfang SD, a classic favorite, especially if you're combining it with Azidahaka Daeva. Daeva destroys a monster, you get to draw 1 card. And this deck is very, very good at board control, so you're definitely going to get a free draw. Free draw monster, free crit your opponent as well. Next up, Nullify Destruction. So if you assign 3 or more dragon attribute monster, you may discard this card and pay 1 life. You do choose a monster on the field and it won't be destroyed or returned to your hand. So it is very interesting because you can prevent magical goodbye and stuff. So one thing you can combo is Azidahaka get destroyed, cast this, it remains on field, but you can still pay 2 life and search out cards from your hand to your hand. So it is such a good combo, especially having a 10k wall in the center and get a free card. It's basically like a searcher by itself. It's a very, very good card. Alright, so let me explain more. Finally, we have the SP Countdown. One of my favorite cards, really, really good art, and it's one of the. It's an amazing card due to the fact it's a 4k. Can able to solo butts. It's amazing. 4k is just nice to destroy butts, and 4k is just nice to attack your opponent's soccer boots. So pay 1 life whenever it's in the drop zone. In the beginning of your turn, You may pay 1 life if you do. Superior call him from a drop zone to your field. Make sure you do it before your draw, because otherwise you will not be able to call him. Alright, Dragon Drei. So right here we have a secret SP Dragon Drei. Amazing. Look at the Kyoya. Behold the shepherd to the new world. Man, this is such a cool card. So you cannot choose this card as a flag in the start of fight. You may only put it when you are defeated, and you will put it on the Dragon Zwei, which we have here as another SP flag, secret flag. Very, very good. Oh, it's so perfect, this deck. So you may only put this on top when you are defeated. If your life will become 0, you may put this card on top of a Dragon Zwei. If you do put all cards on your field into the drop zone and your life becomes 5. So basically you're like 25 lives. That is amazing. Alright. So I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile on my friend's Cornelius deck on his Dragon Drei deck. If you like more of these videos, be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel. And thank you all you awesome fans in Manila. I had an awesome time this weekend. Peace out and love all you forever.